of your caliber would have more judgment than to do something like that.
Not really, no. I just got some wrong information. I was bereaved. I got wrong information, Steve. He said it was
I'm
only...
sure you were bereaved, but I speak to thee in a serious vein. I mean, do you have any idea what it's like?
Oh, don't pull your talk show crap on me, Kane. Knock it off. Knock it off. This is,
Knock what off?
Knock off your talk show crap.
This is not talk show crap.
You're going to the talk show lead. What do you mean, Mr. Bennett? I do not approve of this.
Well, I can only tell you that it's kind of a stupid thing to do.
No, it's because of the way you know what it was? You know what it was, Steve? It was that tasteless way in which you begged me at the Nutrisystem thing and not even knowing why I was there, you little creep.
In the same room? Is that what it was?
What?
I say when you ran out with some phony story that you wouldn't be able to get to.
There was no phony story.
Of traffic?
No phony story. They were having that mile and a half of horrible art in the Coconut Grove area.
There were articles even in the paper up here that nobody could get to their house that day.
Huh? What?
Never mind. Anyway, Alex,
I'm new in this town and I don't know the roads well.
But to do something like that is really...
Well, then don't bag me. Don't bag me when I'm not there. Don't talk behind my back.
Well,
how about all the people you keep telling in New York that Neil's going to try and screw me over?
Mr. Bennett, you don't need anybody to help screw you over.
You're a seedy little person, Kane.
But, you can say whatever you want to say, and you can talk behind my back. You can have more concern for the feelings of people. You're only going to have family in the area that to say something like that, you dumb jerk.
I do like the part where he said, I speak to thee in a serious vein. That was my favorite.
Stick it up your ass, Mr. Kane. Everybody is entitled to a legal defense. Are you going to now deny people their right to counsel? Are you going to deny yourself a right to counsel when you wanted a satellite? Did you deny yourself a right to counsel when you wanted an advocate to help get a child? Did you deny yourself a right to counsel when you wanted to sue our intel because he slandered you? Have you ever denied yourself a right to counsel when you sought out an attorney, even here at FTL when you felt you were being screwed by another radio station in Palm Beach? Have you ever, Mr. Kane?
It seems we have touched a nerve with you, Mr.
No, you've touched a nerve that I'm fed up with your crap about.
No, you're not going to. You're only back one day. You're not going to walk again.
I'm fed up with your crap about saying people are entitled
I never
to lawyers.
said that.
Get off the air, you jerk.
12:16 on 560 WQAM. Make-believe radio at its best. There it was. In other words, you don't know about this yet.
Yeah, I do. I know about one thing.
Is it about being hung like a moose, like a donkey?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Well, that's why we called you, because we wanted to find out. Not that I really care, of course, because you're a good guy, but not my type. In fact, I never thought Phil was anybody's type, any more than I'm anybody's type, but that's the life. But anyway, it says on the internet, no less, I saw him. Evidently, he did an appearance somewhere.
At a sit-and-sleep furniture showroom in Montebello, yeah.
All right. Is Phil Hendrie moving up in the world now? He did a sit-and-sleep appearance.
In East L.A.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, there must have been a lot of, okay. Well, you're married. You're married to a nice Mexican lady, right?
Yes, and I noticed that.
In other words, today she ain't so nice, yeah. Who's got a bunch of kids, too, I understand.
Yeah, it's a pretty good life, Neil.
It still doesn't count, Phil. You need one of your own.
What? What do you think?
No, I'm not going to repeat it. It was just what you expect from a militant spick like him.
He is such a militant Cuban.
So anyway, it says, I saw it too. Well, wait a minute. Let me go back to the... Phil is not that bad. He's actually kind of cute. He has a huge package, a party in his pants.
Yeah, how about that crap?
And then the next line says, wow, I saw it too. He's hung like a donkey that was just unexcited in jeans.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So you can just imagine if that thing ever grew, it would be like out of control, like a roto-rooter, is what he's saying. Now, is that true or not? In other words, you had a banana in your pants to try to impress the ladies?
That ain't true. I don't know what it is. I think there's something about the fact that I've gained a lot of weight. I'm fat. I'm 240 pounds now.
No.
I'm 240 pounds.
240 pounds?
Because I quit smoking, and in the interim, I gained 30 freaking pounds.
So, in other words, when you were here, you were 190, and you were how much?
When I was there, I was probably about 210.
Yeah, and now you're 240.
Yeah, and...
well, how the hell... And if you're 240, how the hell can they see it at all? Because the fatter I get...
If the fat hangs down there, it looks like you got a bigger...
Oh, I see. So, in other words, it was just a big roll of fat in your pants. I got that.
Well, this is the big roll of fat. I'm talking to my wife. She thinks it's funny, too.
I bet she does, because she knows the truth.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
it. That's it.
So how you doing, Phil?
I'm doing great. I hear you're really doing some great things with, what was it, George? Television?
Oh, we don't want to talk about that. That's still a secret. But they're in here now. They're a pain in the ass. No, actually, these guys are okay. But no, the numbers came out yesterday, and here I come on this station, which you have no idea what a bogus place this is. And right out of the box, I mean, number one in men, 18 to the plus, and 25-54, double-digit numbers. I mean, the month of January was just tremendous.
I knew you would.
God, am I kicking ass, Phil?
Everybody knew you would.
Yeah.
Was that the fall book?
No, this isn't the book. It's the January trend.
Oh,
the first month. Well, I wasn't even on here at that point, you know. I've been here for 2 months. It only seems like 10 years.
And it's well worth the money.
Yes.
Or they ought to be saying that anyway.
Yeah. So are you getting a raise out there, or what? Are you still
I'm going to renegotiate my deal at the end of August.
And are you going to stay there?
And I'm probably saying things that I would never say on the air in Los Angeles, but if they aren't nice to me, no, I won't stay there. I'll go somewhere else. There's like 3 talk stations in Los Angeles, which is a good thing.
Right.
And at least one of them would like to hire me, so Cox Broadcasting, in some ways you were absolutely right.
Oh!
Not really.
Isn't this interesting now? This used to be Mr. Wait a minute. Mr. Company Man, yeah, they're not so bad, and Bob Green never stole a freight train, and Bob Neal may be a midget, but he ain't so bad. And now all of a sudden, now that you're really getting, you're out there naked.
Bob Green and all of the guys in Miami treated me great, but in Los Angeles, they just, they have an affinity for the Dr. Laura and the Rush Limbaugh.
But that's because that's the market. That's the whole ambiance of that market. You're too radical for L.A., at least for them, at least for KFI.
I don't think that that's the case. I think that KFI is like when I was in Minneapolis at CCO. I think the station itself is really locked in the mud. So
yeah.
There is an FM talk station, KLSX. They got John Brandmeier on middays now. And,
don't they have Howard in the morning?
They have Howard Stern in the morning. And
right.
guess who they got on to do an afternoon drive? Lycus.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Tom don't like us?
Yeah.
Is he still wearing that motorcycle jacket on the air every day?
He looks like the Michelin Man. He looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy with a motorcycle jacket.
If you're as big as you say, they give you... I mean, we got me and Hank back to back here, and it's a tight fit.
That would be good,
In fact, we're so big, we have to be in different buildings. That's how big Hank and I are.
Are you still in a different studio?
Yeah.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, we're in compared to what they're in the toilet over there on Sheridan Street. We're in the Power 96 building on our own floor here.
Will they ever move over there with you guys?
Well, allegedly. The construction was supposed to start 2 years ago, Sukkot, and then it was supposed to be February, which, of course, has come and gone. Now, the new start date is supposed to be April 2nd, but you notice that's the day after April Fool's Day, and they didn't say which year. Listen, we're hoping it never starts. I mean, with all due respect to our friends over in the other building who are dying to get out of there, we like it this way. This is great. It's paradise.
Well, I was having lunch with the program director out here, and he said to me, "Do you miss Miami?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because I came on the air after Neil Rogers. He was great, and so it forced me to do some great stuff. And right now, there ain't nobody out here like that."
And what did he say?
And he kind of nodded his head like, "Yeah, I guess we have to get some people with talent." That would be a nice start. So it's.
If you had any idea how many people there are down here who listen to you on the audio net every night.
Well, there's a lot of people who, we had the CD and they wanted to buy it down in Miami.
Well, wait a minute, I'm getting to that. So I'm at the hockey game last night, and there's a young guy who always comes around with tapes of you, and he's a real big fan of both yours and mine. And last night he presents me with the best of KFI's Phil Hendrie 1997 with this crazy old man on the cover, and still on the air, which I'm going to play, by the way, All You Can Eat Negro in a couple of minutes. Well, no, I like that because being the racist that I am, I think it'll go over big.
There you go.
But so where can people get this?
Oh man, Neil, the only way that we could get it in LA was these personal appearances I was doing, but we're going to do a mail order thing, and as soon as we have the wherewithal, we're going to put it on the internet. But the KFI has nowhere near the ability that IOD did at doing this sort of thing. When we did the CD, I said, well, hell, I did it for 3 years in Miami, and they had no clue as to how to do it.
That sounds just like QAM. No, listen, we got a guy that's making up buttons, Neil Rogers buttons, with my picture on them, and I'm buying them myself. This is our promotion. We haven't had a billboard, a sandwich board, and anything yet. And we're doing all our own promotion. We got a guy that makes up these Dickens cider T-shirts, you know?
Right.
And we're giving those out. We're doing all our own promotional stuff. It's like I got my own radio station going here.
You're paying for your own promotion?
Yes.
And so the radio station at some point is going to say, we'll pay you back?
No.
Okay.
Oh, what a sense. He still hasn't lost that great sense of humor.
What a deal, yeah.
Yeah, no, the radio station says, hey, listen, good luck. Have a nice time, you know. That's right. I'm not going to get depressed. I'm not going to go through all the crap we had to go through to get this studio built and all the other. You have to threaten these people with legal action just to get them to do what's in your contract.
I talked to Norm. When did I talk to Norm? About 3 weeks ago. I said, "How's Neil?" He said, "He's still complaining about stuff."
Yeah. Well, thank God.
I know what it was.
Thank God you're not.
I know what it was. He was talking about getting the season seats for the Panthers next year.
Yeah, that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about me. All he cares about is free goddamn sports tickets. That's all Norma Kent cares about.
That's it. And he said, "Well, I was down there at the new arena, which I haven't. I guess it's built, huh?"
No, but it's coming along. I have one of the very few people that's actually had a private tour in there. It's great.
Right, and he got a walking tour, and he said to you, "Well, I got a walking tour of the arena, Neil, and you can come with me anytime you want to pick out your seats." And you said to him, "I already got my seats. Good luck to you."
No, you got it backwards. He didn't get no walking tour. If he did, he's lying, but that wouldn't be the first time. I'm the one that got the walking tour.
Okay.
He's getting the walking papers. By the way, speaking of Brian Cox, how's that thing coming?
That is still pushing ahead beautifully. I guess we're going to go to trial. There's nothing you can do to dissuade this man from... Yeah. And by the way, I guess he got cut by the team.
Yeah.
So it's not even a glamour story anymore.
Wait until you hear this. He gets cut by the Bears, okay, because he's got a big mouth and he's always been the same jackass and he'll never change. And the next morning, there's people calling in on the morning show here, calling in Defo saying, "Oh, yeah, don't you think that Jimmy ought to sign Brian? We can probably get him cheap." And, oh, my God.
Man.
Can you believe that?
What? The guy was such a bust in Chicago. It's sad. And I read somewhere he was like 9th on the all-time Dolphin tackling list. How is that possible?
Yeah, that shows you what a weak team this is. But, we had those 2 great years, and that's been the whole franchise.
Apparently he said to somebody, I don't know. I mean, I just heard that he said, I think I'm going to be cut. I'm going to be that, and I'm going to be cut next week.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So anyway.
I didn't know that he was uncircumcised myself.
Well, there you go.
But anyway, so I'm glad to hear that that's coming along real good, and that probably the Cox people are like, they hold it hanging over your shoulder on that thing, like we better get this straightened out.
Yeah, I'm enormous. Maria read that, and she was laughing for like days. So.
Now, Maria, is that your wife?
Maria's my wife. You can talk to her if you want, but probably not, huh?
Yeah, we'll talk to her.
Talk to Maria?
Sure.
Okay, hold on. Here's my wife, Maria.
Mr. Rogers.
Maria, no, not Mr. Rogers. Neil.
No.
With a K-N.
With a K-N?
Right.
I like that.
Maria, you sound so nice.
I am nice.
And how did you meet Phil? Now, are you doing a show on that station, too?
Yes.
So this is an incestuous relationship.
It is. The best kind.
And so how's Phil in the sack? Pretty good?
He's wonderful.
Oh, that's what everybody wants to know.
He wants a baby.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Because, see, I don't want to say this, because Phil did a show one day, his sense of humor about coming out of the closet. He's always trying to emulate me.
Yes.
And a lot of people really believed it, because here was a guy that was 40-some years old and never been married, and they thought, oh, this guy must really be a fag,
Well, you know what is interesting, Neil, is that how we met was we did crosstalk on the air because I was filling in for the show prior to his.
Yeah.
And he came out on the air in our crosstalk, and I believed him completely. And then as he's leaving the room, he went, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
So I looked at him and I thought, okay, well, so he's so homosexual, so what big deal?
Now, does he bring any of his boyfriends home to share, or just does that on the side?
No, I don't share. That's one thing I don't do.
He did say that he enjoyed being in L.A. There's a lot of fags out there. I didn't know what he meant by that, but it's kind of an interesting comment.
Yeah, I guess
so you have kids from a previous marriage?
Yes, sir, I do.
How old?
They're 6, 8, 10, and 12.
Wow.
It's my own little ghetto.
And how can a man who's so underpaid as Phil Hendrie be supporting a gigantic family like that?
Well, the good news is that their father is very honorable with his child support, so that helps.
Thank God for that. And
yes.
how's Phil get along with those kids?
Wonderfully. He's a real inspiration. He's a great role model, and he's a terrific guy to have around.
Great.
There's mutual, affection, and it's actually better than I ever thought it could possibly be.
Great. So in other words, there's somebody happily married in America today.
It's the truth.
Oh, thank God for you and Phil, Maria.
It's the truth. Well, I am very privileged to be speaking with you because I cannot tell you how highly Phil speaks about you. It's really something the way he speaks with you. It's just...
I taught him everything he knows.
Well, he gives you lots of credit for
Okay, Maria, it's great chatting with you.
And you too, Neil. Continued success.
Put your bald-headed husband back on for a second.
I shall. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So she was getting modeling and you didn't buy any of it.
She is so nice.
Neil says you're so nice.
No, she sounds nice anyway.
She's a great gal.
God almighty.
We're at the Two Bunch Palms Resort in Desert Hot Springs.
Yeah.
Never heard of it?
No.
It's where Al Capone used to winter.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Great.
That's where we're going. He'll go, hey,
so in other words, your wife is connected? Is that what she's part of the Mexican mob or something? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, not the Mexican mob. No, we had to spend $383 a night here, but it's pretty nice.
Oh, you're on vacation now?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a week's vacation. So we got your message. Did George call here? No, he called at home.
Right.
We retrieved the message up.
We want KFI's main number, by the way.
For what?
You want the office number?
So that they can bug other people about this Phil CD.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of people want this best of CD, man. They want it badly.
Cool.
Yeah, what's their main orifice number?
Yeah, 213-385-0101.
0101.
Right.
213-385-0101. They can call there and say, we want the damn thing and send it to us. And now, how much are they getting for these at these appearances?
$20, same that we did in Miami.
Well, I had a piece of cake. You'll be selling these like hotcakes. The money's all going to My Friend's Place, which is a charity. What is that?
It's for runaway kids, homeless kids in Los Angeles.
Great, which there are bajillions of.
And, in L.A.
Right.
The other thing, Neil, is that it's, I said $20. What did I want to say? Oh, it is almost sold out, though. I think we've probably only got about 500 units left. So that was a pretty good first year out here.
They'll be gone. Well, you remember when you put out the CD last year, Going Away CD here.
Right.
Outsold anything. They're still asking for those.
So do you have anything like that coming out of QAM, or you got a TV show?
Yeah. Hey, it's great talking to you, Phil.
Okay, Neil.
Give Maria a big kiss for us.
I will, man.
And we'll be in touch.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
Thanks, Neil.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The great Phil Hendrie. It's 10:57 on 560 W. Teary-eyed about what? About the fact that I'm still on the air down here?
I miss you.
I get teary-eyed about it every day, to be honest with you.
You get teary-eyed every day about it?
Oh, Jesus. Same crap, man. You are so lucky to have gotten out of here.
I don't know.
So I'll ask you the question.
Brutal, man. I'm about to get... Huh?
You're about to get what?
I'm about to get nailed again by somebody. I think it's a host that we fired here, late-night host at KFI, who is now, objecting to my use of the word dyke on the air.
Suck my dick.
No, he said dyke.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
So,
whatever happened with the Brian Cox lawsuit? Did we ever get that thing
I have no idea.
up?
I have no idea. I haven't heard a thing. I haven't heard anything.
It still goes on, and the meter is running. The meter is running, and the Cox people are paying, and that's great.
It's something that Norm, calls me every now and again to give me an update or to,
Oh, well, Norm calls you. That's good. He doesn't return my calls. I'm glad he's calling you. Well, when he feels like it.
Ever since that whole thing about the seats in the arena?
In between hits, he,
So, anyway, I got to missing you, and I called George to get the email address, if you guys have one.
No.
You don't? Okay.
He'll give it to you.
All right.
So let me ask you, did the medical marijuana thing pass out there?
I don't... Yeah, it did.
Did it?
Yeah, it passed 2 years ago.
No, I mean, yesterday.
Well, the medical marijuana initiative passed in 96.
In California?
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
It passed in 96.
No.
And they haven't been able to implement it.
Right.
But it
was on a ballot again yesterday, and that's the one thing I can't get any answers to. By the way, Bob Dornan got beat handily.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have broken up about that.
Dornan has finally gone away.
Oh, man.
Loretta Sanchez won down there.
It's kind of hard to challenge the outcome of that election when we lost by 45 million votes, She won't be crying this time.
The front page of the L.A. Times, the medical marijuana initiative?
I mean, maybe I'm dreaming because now people are telling me it wasn't on a ballot. I know it passed in Nevada, and it passed in Washington State.
Passed in Washington State.
And it was on a ballot in, I think it lost in Arizona, and it was on a ballot in D.C., and supposedly California, maybe they gave us some bum information, maybe it wasn't on there.
No, California passed it in 96.
Because I know Oakland, the city council there, because they shut the place down. And Oakland was what am I telling you this for? You're out there, you know what the story is.
Well, what happened was, I think in Oakland they shut it down because there's a court challenge to it. That's what happened. I mean, things get passed.
But then the city council made an exception. They said that they have to give these people a place by one vote. I think it was a 5-4 vote.
Right.
They said they have to give these people a place to get their medical marijuana, and they okayed it.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, like everything else, it's been thrown into a courtroom because some people just don't like it. Don't like the idea of anybody smoking dope. So.
Well, too bad for them.
It's not on there.
So how are you doing out there? How's things at KFI, Phil?
Things were great until our last book.
Oh, you had a bad book?
Oh, it's a horrible book, summer book. But things were okay up until then.
Yeah.
Still on at night. That's never going to change.
And what happened with the deal with the Stupid Talk Network down here that we kept hearing those rumors you were going to be simulcasting down here? which everybody...
Yeah, I mean, what we have, we're still looking to syndicate the show, but I don't want to do it with, just any network. I'm sure you understand that. And Cox Broadcasting was actually going to put a proposal about syndicating the show, and it frankly was no good. It was a lousy proposal.
Yeah, that's it.
We decided not to go with that. What about your show? Because I had talked to Norm.
Norm is really knocking doors down. He's knocking doors down to find medical marijuana is what he's looking for, and non-medical. But forget about him.
He's knocking the doors.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck with a pudgy old Jew for a lawyer who's like all rolled up into a ball over there, waiting for the Dodgers to sign him up and call him to play first base. And other than that, nothing's going to happen here.
Well, he thought,
Although we are in the air in Fort Myers, they took us off for a while, and the protest was so big, and then the numbers came out. We actually did a number over there on that Beasley station. We're over there in Fort Myers with all those nose pickers, yeah.
So what is that? Is that something that the company is doing, or you guys are doing that independently?
No, they just open up a pot and they stick it on there. Company, that's a Beasley station.
Well, why don't you do it station by station like I was talking to you about?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Amoco this week, Exxon next week.
Yeah.
Maybe they still have a Sunoco down the corner.
All the way down the line. So that's the only new crap that's going on.
Well, wait a minute.
Inquiring minds want to know about King of the Hill and The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, we're going to be on King of the Hill in January. It's one episode.
Yeah.
I play Coach Sowers, who's the Hank Hill's old coach.
Hank Bauer.
Hank
Sauer.
Yeah. And The Simpsons, I'm not. Matt Groening did on our CD this year. Matt Groening did a drawing, a Simpsons rendering of me on the CD itself.
You're not going to be on the show?
I'm not going to be on The Simpsons, no. What did I did, I auditioned for Futurama, but...
Suck my dick.
Yeah, that's what I said to him as I was leaving the room.
Yeah, that's probably why you're not going to be on.
That was the line I had to read. I blew it, so...
Oh, and by the way, today is the last taping of my show for Wanny for Barry Diller's failed experiment, Channel 69.
Well, I was looking at that on your website.
Oh,
November the 5th,
God.
you'll be the one? What is
That's right. If you're watching, you're the one.
You're the one.
The biggest bomb since Hiroshima, man. You've ever seen it. Because it's a butcher job. Everything you can't hear the audio, and then when you crank the audio up, there's a big hum job on there, which even Monica never gave one like it. It's just incredible. It's an abortion. The whole station's got like zeros,
This is Barry Diller's radio station?
Yeah, getting panned by everybody.
I had an appearance last week, and there were like 3 or 4 Miami people who all in a row said, "Yeah, you got to watch Neil's TV show."
Yeah, real fast before it goes off. But other than that, it's the same old crap down here, same old dead people, and of course we got a fascist governor now because they ran a dead man against them. But we'll do it.
Bush, I heard about that. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, this is Bush country,
Yeah. Hey, Al Rantel's out here.
Yeah, how's he doing?
Noon to 3. Well, the guy that he replaced was a guy named Ron Owens, who was in San Francisco, and everybody said the same thing.
Yeah, Ron Owens used to be on KGO.
Yeah, and he was in Miami, too.
Yeah.
He was in Miami. He's still on KGO, but they were simulcasting his show.
Oh, I see.
And everybody said the same thing. They sound alike. They sound like the same guy.
Alice Rantel sounds like Ron Owens?
Ron Owens. They have the same voice quality, everything. Except one of them's a conservative. I guess Rantel is
a self-hating fag, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. And the other guy was liberal, so... Rantel's on from noon to 3, and then Joyce Kaufman dropped the tape off at KFI.
Oh, my God! Jesus! Oh! Joyce Kaufman, and I'm sitting down here in Miami begging for calls every day for 4 hours.
All you got to do is... Well, I will no longer give you any...
No, don't do it. Don't do it. No.
Begging for calls 4 hours a day?
How's your family doing?
My family? My mother's good. My sister is fine.
Yeah.
My family.
What's your wife? I'm talking about your wife and your stepkids.
Yeah, my wife's
I'm trying to be a nice guy and pretend that I care,
Yeah, they're all right.
Okay. So, in other words, after we get the Brian Cox thing done, and then this other guy, then we work on the divorce papers. Better get Norm on the phone.
That'll be fine. No, I'm very happy. It's great. We live out in Ventura County, which is about 40 miles away from L.A.
Ventura County, named after the great boxer, the governor of Minnesota.
Jesse the Body, yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
And
that was the first thing he said on ABC News this morning.
Suck my dick.
Who was on? The Body?
Jesse the Body, yeah.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's about, man. He was on KSTP when I was in Minneapolis, and I don't know what that's...
He's all over the place. You'd think that was with all these upsets, Schumer in New York and Boxer wins again in California, all these upsets last night and Democrats like pulling off this miracle. The only thing the news media cares about is that Jesse the Body Ventura is governor of Minnesota.
It's wrestling. That's one thing at this house. It's very big at this house. I've got 2 stepkids, and
well, now I understand the answer to the question. Okay, Phil, take care of yourself.
Thanks a lot.
Great hearing from you. Hang on.
All right.
Get some job info from him. Find out where there's some openings out there. 17 till noon at 5. I'm serious. At 5:60 WQAM.